Hi Oak Park, this is Mary Lisa Millbourn, and I wanted to describe to you how you can download and use a free app called Go Talk Now Lite. It can be used so that you can turn your iPad into a communication device of some sort. So you can use it to have just several messages, say 2 messages, like yes and no, like and not like. You can have multiple messages. You could have 9 messages on a screen. You could have any number of things. But we're going to download it, and we're going to use it when we read a book, and that will be my next video. So right now we're going to go into the App Store and download this app. It's right here is my App Store. So I'm going to search for the app. I'm going to go down to search, and I'm going to search for Go Talk without a space in between. And here it pops up, Go Talk Now Lite. So I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to download it. I've already downloaded it before, but it is free, so you can just go ahead and download it. It'll just take a moment, and once it's downloaded, it'll open right up, and we can use it to, and I will show you how to use it to create a couple of messages. I think it's going to be helpful for some of your students who have limited verbal skills or who are nonverbal. And I'll show you how to use it during a literacy task. All right, so it's downloaded, so we're going to click open. And it opens right into the player screen. So we're going to go and we're going to create a page, and we're going to do that in the page editor right here. Okay. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to tap to add a button up here. I want to create 2 buttons because I'm going to use them for a book, for a repeating line book. So I'm going to have students say a couple of repeating lines. One of them is go away, I'm grumpy. So I'm going to create that button text. So at the bottom of the screen, I'm going to touch button text. And I'm going to touch the text right here. And it gives me a place to type in my text. And I'm going to type in go space away exclamation point I'm grumpy. Okay, that's exactly what I want. I click done. And I'm just going to get out of that. I'm going to take this text and I'm just going to move it to the top of the screen. And to do that, I put my finger on it and just go up. There we go. Now I'm going to add an image to this. By clicking Add Image, it gives me some options. One of them is to download the Go Talk image library. I don't want to do that right now. I want to do an internet search, which is right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for a grumpy girl, because I'm going to assume that I'm doing this for a girl. You could do a grumpy boy if you wanted, if you have a boy at home. Grumpy girl. And it's going to search the internet for images of grumpy girls. There we go. I happen to love this one, so I'm going to put her on the screen. But the image is too big, so I need to make it smaller. In order to do that, I take my 2 fingers and I move them together. Okay? So there is my first button. Done. Now I'm going to add a second button. And the other message that's in this book all the time is hooray for hat. So I'm going to tap to add that button. I want to add the text. Go to the button text here, and I'm going to type in hooray. Hooray for hat. And I'm going to add in an exclamation point. Let me see, there. And I'm going to say done. I'm going to click out of that and move it to the top because that's where I like my buttons to be. And I'm going to say done. But I forgot to add the image. So let's go back and we're going to add image. We're going to do an internet search from the image on the internet. Search. And say I choose this hat right here. Ooh, that's big, isn't it? So we want to use our 2 fingers and make it smaller. I could use that hat, but I don't really like that one, so I'm going to change it. So I'm going to just hold my finger on there until this screen pops up and here it says delete image. I'm going to delete it. So I'll go in and I'll look for a different hat. Hat, return, and let's see what is here. I love this red hat, don't you? There it is. I want to move it down just a tad bit, and I'm done. Okay, would you like to hear how it sounds? I would. In order to get out to the home page, I'm going to click on this house at the bottom. Here's my home page, and now I'm going to go into the player. It tells me that to exit the player mode, what I have to do, and that's to use a 3-finger swipe down. That'll be important in a minute, so remember that. All right, so I'm going to dismiss that, and let's listen to what it says.
Go away, I'm grumpy. Hooray for hat.
All right. You know, I don't like the way that sounds, so I think I'm going to go back to make another edit. So I'm going to go back to the home page. To do that, to exit this, I need my 3 fingers swipe down. I'm going to take 3 fingers and just go down. Okay. So I'm going to go back to my page editor, and I'm going to go right down here. Do you see this? This changes the number of buttons on the page. If I had only 2 buttons on the page, it would center these 2 buttons, and I want to do that. So instead of 4, which is what it's on, I'm going to change it to 2. Now it's right in the middle of the page. I'd also like to change the background color, so I want to change that because I like red, and that looks good to me. So I'm going to press done there. And now I'm going to come and I'm going to edit this. And I'm going to come up to the very top to actions. And I'm going to change my action. I'm going to do a recorded audio, I'm sorry. And I'm going to start recording. Hooray for hat. Let's hear it. Recording. Hooray for hat. I was still talking after I hit the start button. That's not a good idea. So I'm going to have to clear that and do it again. Hooray for hat. Hooray for hat. That sounds great, doesn't it? Okay. So now I'm done. And I'm going to come right over to done on the bottom of the page. And now I'm going to go back to the home button to get me back out of the edit mode. And now I can go into my player mode. Let's see how it sounds. Hooray for hat.
Go away, I'm grumpy.
I could change that too, but I'm not going to do that right now. So now we're all done. You learned how to edit and create a board in Go Talk Now Lite.